Hello everyone, welcome to TechFerment. I'm Raj. In this video, I'm going to talk about arrow functions in ECMAScript, or we can say JavaScript. So let's get started. Now I have created index.html file, and this is my basic syntax about HTML, and I have created another app.js file, and I have linked with script src as HTML element. And then here is my JavaScript file. And as you know, like we can create a functions in JavaScript with the help of function as a keyword. And then here we can define a function's name. So let's say my function's name is print data. And here we can define the property or definition. So here we can write console.log, and here we'll pass the value. So let's say hello. And then here we can call the functions. So how we can call the functions, print data, and I will save. And here we have a data. Okay. And similarly, if you want to create a functions that will take as a parameter, so you can create a function. So let's say I'll create a function's name is sum, and which will take two parameters. So let's say I'm collecting two parameters, x and y, and I want to result the sum. So we have to print console.log as a result of y, and we can call the functions. So here we have a function's name is, let's say, 34 can 4, and then this will give it sum. But there is one concept in ECMAScript as we called as arrow functions. So one of the best thing about arrow functions is there is no binding of this keyword in whenever we are working on arrow functions. So how we can create an arrow function? So I'll just create an arrow functions of this entire logic. So first we need to define the variable name. So here we have a variable, the function's name is print data. So here we have a print data as a function's name equal to, and then here we need to define the parameter. So right now we are not getting taking any parameters, so that's why we have written blank. And then here we need to define the arrow, and then here you can define the property or description about definition about the functions. So we have a definition, so here we have definitions. So I will save this logic, and still it's working in the arrow functions. And one of the best thing about arrow functions is, like, if your definition is in single statement, so you can remove this curly braces, and yeah, and this is again it's working. And here if you want to pass some parameters, so let's say I'm passing some value x, and here you can print the value. So whenever we are calling the function, so I'll passing the value, let's say 67. So here we have a 67. So let's say I'm creating another functions that will sum the results. So my function's name is sum, and then which will take two parameter x comma y, and then we need to response or return as a x plus y. And I'll just comment this logic, and I will save, and I will call this one. And this is how we can create a arrow functions. Just you need to create a variable of function name, and then here if you need to define the parameter. So let's say if I'm not passing any parameters, so you can remove the parameter names, so that's leave it as a blank, and then you need to use arrow symbol, and then you can define the property about the arrow functions. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.